and my journey with drug abuse and addiction and how it started, because I don't really think about it enough, and especially how hard it is to stop. I remember when I was 12 or 13, I was watching Skins, and I saw all of the kids on there, and they were beautiful and having fun, and they had such a tight bond, and they were doing drugs, pills. I remember Cassie always talking about pills and stuff, and I've also struggled with an eating disorder since I was in the 4th grade, but that's like, well, we'll tie it into the same video, but drug addiction being glamorized in the media and in music to this young audience is such a thing, because I remember being that young and it was like the second episode of Skins that I watched, and I just went straight to my grandma's medicine cabinet, and ever since then, it was just over. It was over, because it felt good. And I know a lot of people talk about the feeling good part, because who wants to feel bad? And when you're young and you're going through puberty, a lot of those feelings that you're feeling at the time that, feel really intense, but they aren't. As you get older, you start to realize that. But, like, even with Peep and all these kids now that love him and look up to him and see him as an influence, I'm sure that he had a story like mine, where he started young and he never really got to have a chance to have this part of the story where he gets to look back at that period of his life and feel better. God, I'm sorry. And recovery was one of the hardest things that I could do, because I ran from everybody in my life that wanted me to get better. And when I would burn bridges, I would just find different people, sometimes in different cities, that were okay with, getting fucked up. And as I got older and older, it was harsher and harsher drugs. And, they cost more money, so you do certain things and you hang out with certain people that, can get you those things, and you end up doing things that you don't want to do just to be able to feel that feeling. I remember my first overdose, I was in the 8th grade. I took 120 Benadryl just because I saw it on Skins, because it's glamorized, and it's still glamorized, even alcoholism. It's, oh, okay, bitch, you are not, what's her face? You're not that person on TV, you're not that rapper, you're not whatever, because what you see in the media and what you see in the movies and whatever, that's not what it's actually like. That's not what addiction is actually like. And Heath Ledger, Kurt Cobain, all of this stuff, all of these great artists and everything are glamorized for this, and it's just not worth it. Your aesthetic and you being popular and being a part of the scene and feeling like you need to do a line at the party just isn't, it's not worth it. And I just really wish that it was not glamorized to the point that it is now, and especially seeing my friends die and burying people my age that I knew could have lived on to just make even better stuff. Whatever. It starts off small and then it gets bigger and bigger and bigger. But if you are addicted and you have friends that are addicted, you aren't going to want to go to rehab, and you aren't going to want to get recovery unless you want it. Unless you realize that you're at rock bottom. And I don't even want to talk about my rock bottom because it is so bad. But I can tell you what I lost. I lost the love of my life and my best friend and a family. And I lost trust with my family. All to be cool with people that did not even give a shit about me. That never cared. Just wanted clout. And I know that that's what killed Pete. And I know some people are late, but I just went to go put on my pajamas and I found this t-shirt and I just see all of these young kids and it's all getting glamorized and it's just not good. It's not good. I remember having to come home from Chicago and tell my parents because, obviously I was going crazy online. And my dad even worked at Riverside one time when I overdosed, and I lied, and I was like, it was an accident, I didn't know. And I came home, March, and I was like, I need help. And they were there. And drugs lead you to steal things. They lead you to lie. They lead you to run away. They lead to all of these bad things. And that's something that no one tells you about it. It's not glamorous at all. And you feel like shit about it. But once you get high or once you get whatever, it starts to fade. Or you can just go to a different city or, start all over again. And it's just not that way. And when I went to rehab, I had been on benzos for so long that my brain chemicals or the neurons or whatever are permanently damaged. And I'm young. I had a grand mal seizure in rehab and pissed my pants in front of my dad. It was visitation day, and thank God he's a nurse. And I woke up and I was like, what are you doing in Chicago, Dad? I lost my memory. But that's what I'm trying to get out here. My dad was the one there visiting me in rehab. It wasn't all of these people that follow me. It wasn't all of my friends in the scene. It wasn't them. And when I went to jail, none of them picked up the phone. It was my family. And if you're watching this and you think drugs are glamorous and cool and like a little bump is fine or whatever, it's not. And those people aren't really your friends, because I had so many friends in Chicago, especially when shit was popping off. And then none of them none of them barely talk to me now. Hi, Mark. I know you know some of the people that I'm talking about, and I love you, but a lot of them just drop you when you aren't the plug anymore. And I always had my little backpack, and I always had a little this, and I always knew someone, and that is the only reason why they kept me around. And then let's talk about recovery. I was in rehab, and the seizure happened, and it was very intensive. Like, the drugs had, like I said, they messed up my mind to the point where my brain doesn't even function at 100% anymore, because I watched Skins at 13 and was influenced by all of these beautiful teenagers doing drugs. And I just don't want any of you to feel like you have to do that to be happy, because I have been drug-free since March. I fucked up my recovery. I mean, you relapse. I fucked up my recovery, I think, once, but that was just with alcohol, thank God. And even some of my family, I lost just because of dumb shit that I did when I was fucked up. So, and like, no one ever talks about the Suboxone clinic or the rehab. Bitch, I have to spend 6 hours of my day every day just so I can get a giant bottle of pills that I have to take twice a day, every day, that taste like shit. And I have to keep Narcan still in my thing because I'm scared. And I'm always going to be scared, but, and like I said, I'm alone. None of my old friends text me, no one reaches out to me, and drugs just fuck up your life, and they're not glamorous, and I'm sad to have had to bury so many of my friends, and I'm sad to have had to have lost so many artists that may have been just once a young, impressionable, sad kid that wanted to make art and got surrounded by all of these people that just egg them on. And the truth is, this is like the real tea here. These people that are with you there, they don't want to see you get better. They want to take everything creatively about you, write it down, take notes, wear it, and then they want to see you crash and burn. They have no love for you at all. No one has congratulated me on my recovery. No one wrote me back when I was in rehab. No one is... And it's a lot lonelier, so I realized why a lot of people go back to doing drugs and partying and being back in the scene and stuff. But I have a daughter. And one moment with her saying my name is more fun than any lame-ass party going on at someone's house than anything. And I've had people tell me to just leave again and come back and do all of this and that she'll be fine. You don't know her. And you don't know me. And recovery is hard. It's really, really, really hard. Because like I said, it's lonely. But, like I said, just rest in peace, Peep. We were the same age. And when I went to go stay in Hollywood with Goth and Derek, they're sad still. It's sad. It's not glamorous. Little ones. I see like 15 and 16-year-olds on TikTok and stuff talking about doing drugs and stuff because of some of like personal friends that I know influencing them, and it's not okay, and it's not worth it. If you really are a fan of Peep or Juice World or X or whatever, they don't want you to be sad like them. They were just making music to reach out to find someone to help them feel better, not to bask in the pain that addiction is. It's not glamorous, and it wrecks your body forever. And the saddest part is just all, I was so in love. And if you ask anybody, I was so in love, and I got a second chance with that, and I fucked it up. And you don't get many second chances, and especially with drugs now, you don't get any second chances. I'm not even talking about true fans or fake fans or whatever. I just don't want you guys to do pills at all. They are not fun. They are not glamorous. I mean, I put on a t-shirt and I'm crying. It's just not punk. It's not cool. I don't get it. And anyone who tells you differently, all these old ass motherfuckers with fucking SoundCloud account, don't listen to them, especially you girlies. You don't need to fuck some SoundCloud rapper and do ketamine off his fucking mixing board to be cool, okay? You know what's cool? It's just taking care of your body and yourself. It's beautiful to be happy and smiling and wearing what you want to wear because you want to wear it, and listening to what you want to listen to because you want to listen to it, and doing what you want to do because you want to do it. Not because it's popular, or not because you think it's going to make you this or that. And the drugs, the feeling that they make you feel is very temporary. I don't really care about weed, although I have seen people that are addicted to weed, in the sense that they spend a lot of money on it and a lot of whatever just to feel good. It's a whole different thing. I just personally don't like it because it makes me feel like I have to shower and pick up my face and stuff. But another thing that I kind of wanted to open up to you guys about, also, Mark is in here, and I don't know if you're still in here, but I love you, Mark. Anyway, anyone that is struggling with drugs or thinking about recovery and doesn't feels like they don't have anyone to talk to, you can talk to me. Just message me, and I'll be there for you. All of my friends all my good friends are online, that I've met online, because hello, I live in the middle of nowhere. I came back to Ohio because that's where my family is. And at the end of the day, like, they love me. They really love me. And I want to do the same thing for my daughter. And people have problems with that. People think I'm crazy. People my age especially. And it's just like, fucked up. Y'all are fucked up, man. I just remember being in people's basements and just doing lines and lines and lines, and ugly. It's just ugly. I'm not sad. I'm not sad. My chin is up, but I'm allowed to talk about addiction and how shitty it is and how sad I am about losing friends to it. And I could talk about this all night if I have any young followers or anyone else that's struggling with drugs. Like, it's fucking sad. But anyway, another thing that I wanted to, and thank you for all the kind words, everybody, but another thing that I kind of wanted to open up, to everyone about is, I have an eating disorder, and, sobriety has been treating me amazing, except for this one aspect that I'm about to get into. I had an eating disorder in the 4th grade because you're a 4th grader and people are making fun of you. It went away for a really long time when I did start doing drugs and when I grew up, and around here in Ohio, it's a big part of the culture because you can't even find weed out here. But I've been noticing it getting worse because I am sober. It is kind of like my secret addiction. It's like, okay, I'm not really, I'm not getting high, I'm not doing drugs, so it's fine. I'm just not eating. But, I don't really know what to do about it, but, I hate weed. I don't really know what to do about it because I love it. Like, that's the thing about an addict's mind, and it's also genetic. Like, I just love the feeling of having something. Exactly, Chanel. It's just something else that I can focus on, and I body check all the time. I have mirrors, just so that when I'm walking by, I can check, and at, like, all different angles, I have mirrors, and mirrors, and mirrors, and I'm just constantly, whatever, and I'm also, alone. Nobody wants to date me, and every boy that does talk to me, they're like not gentlemen. It's like, the first thing that they want to do, they just assume off of my online presence or my past or whatever. They're like, oh, I just want to, like, come on your face or fuck you from behind or something. And it's like, I'm sure other girls get talked to nicer or something, so I guess the one thing that I have, that I can control is my weight and my body, and it does make me happy to be skinny and to fit in the same clothes that I've fit into since I was in middle school. And I feel like no one really sees me for who I am. And it's really ironic because I feel like I'm one of the most honest people that I know. Like, I'm obviously very emotional, and like, I wear my heart on my sleeve, and I know when I was drunk or fucked up, men would use that to my advantage. There was one guy in Chicago that knew I really liked him, and once he had sex with me twice, he told me before he left, and I had to buy him an Uber, that he gave me herpes. Isn't that illegal? Like, what the fuck? Just the audacity of not, like, he knew before, but I was also too fucked up, so he knew that he could, you know, have sex with me without using protection. And sometimes you think about stuff like that, and your self-worth is just... And this person is like a very prominent person in the Chicago sort of underground scene where they're all so accepting and they're all so whatever. And before I went to rehab, and this was one big eye-opener for me, that I went to rock bottom, just talking about Chicago, I paid to have my birthday party at a safe space, and I paid them, like, no one normally pays them, but I really liked what they did, and I liked these girls, and these people, and these humans in general, and I wanted to provide them with, like, money to make this shit lit, and they... After making a show poster and having a theme and getting an outfit, they said no. And I was even nice enough to let the motherfucker that gave me herpes, like, I paid him for a little gig to play at my birthday party because, I mean, I forgive people, whatever, but they ultimately turned me down because, I don't know, I think it was like something that I tweeted or something. And also, in the Chicago scene, I got, taken advantage of sexually by someone who had been in the scene longer than me, and they got brought over to the like trap that we all hung out at or whatever, and everybody really took his side, and no one believed me because it's a safe space and women are safe. Whatever. Anyway, I just don't glamorize drug use. If you are using drugs, don't act like it's some kind of fucking thing that you need praise for. Just do your little thing in private, and especially if you have a following or a younger following. I'm not talking about Andrew. Andrew is great. I'm talking about people in Chicago. I don't want you people making assumptions about Andrew Callahan at all. He's actually a gentleman, and he respects me. And actually, going off that, Goth Boy Clique, when I was hanging out, if we're, like, naming names, like, LaDerek and Goth and everything, they are total gentlemen, and I slept on the couch when I stayed with them in Hollywood. I mean, men that are respectful. Period. And men that are trash. Andrew is amazing, respectful, and deserving of more than he even has. Whatever. Fuck the homies, in Chicago. Yeah, don't assume, but it's fake friends. It was fake friends in Chicago, and I should have known off the get. But I do try to kind of be sort of a motivational, not speaker, but just like a motivational person. And I can kind of thank Andrew for that, actually, because he was able to kind of help me give a platform, to myself. And you know what? I'm kind of glad that I was fucked up in that video, because I was allowed to make mistakes in public and have a redemption arc and talk about them and just be open. So yeah, I will always love Andrew Callahan, and I will always respect him, and everyone else should too. But whatever. Now I am, just trying to make it through with mental illness. Aw, homie with the DID, yeah, that's a whole nother bucket of worms. Yeah, like, what other girl is coming on here telling you, like, these stories? I don't know, but I don't have any STDs anymore because I haven't gotten laid since, it doesn't even matter, but it's been a really long time. But, I really do want my YouTube channel to, like, be good, and I just want there to be someone alternative, that's a positive influence for maybe kids out there. I mean, kid, I'm not even that old, but I just, yeah, I made a YouTube, and I'm launching my first video on, January 1st. I was gonna say December 31st, but it's gonna be on New Year's. I've been, like, going back and forth about what my channel name should be. But I will let you guys know in, like, a couple days in advance. I guess it is, like, getting to that point. But, I just want to document my life. And, I think that it's interesting. And, I'm just a girl from a farm in Ohio, that speaks openly about the issues in my life and whatever, because I am a mother, and I want to be a better person for my daughter, and when she gets older, I hope that the media has changed, and I hope that there are more people and more openness and more true acceptance in the world. I want to be a better person to make the world a better place for all of the younger people and all of the current people. So that's that. On that, I just want to say, rest in peace, Peep. I don't even know if I'm gonna be able to wear this shirt again, because, like, I can't even look at his face. It just really, really, really hurts. It is so Pisces. Yeah, so, anyway, I'm gonna go back to, sitting on my bed. So, I mean, I am bossing up, but I just opened up about addiction if you just got here, and I'm tired of losing people to it, and I'm tired of seeing this younger generation with their demonias thinking that they have to do Xans to pop off on TikTok when it's not worth it. And that's that. Also, I made a whole YouTube. Just wait for my YouTube channel because I have a lot of like opinions on things, and I think we'll have fun there. Yeah. I will talk to you guys tomorrow. I hope you liked my dancing yesterday, even though it was shit. And I hope you all have a good night. Mark, Chanel, Dante, everyone else in here that I don't know their names because they're all like kind of random usernames. I love you, and thank you for joining me randomly at whatever hour it is where you are. And I hope you have a good night. Watch my other IGTV videos because I open up there too if you're bored. But yeah, I love you. Night, guys.